I had advisors that told me to go to the University of Miami in Sylvester, and I was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer in November 2012. And I was told that the best in this field were Dr. Livingston and Dr. Ardlin over there, and I went there. And I saw them, and they advised me to have chemo to shrink it, and eventually maybe operate. And so that's what I was told. And my family wanted me to go and get a second opinion, which I asked Dr. Ardlin, and he said, oh, absolutely, second opinion is wonderful. So I went to, supposed to be the best, and they told me I was inoperable, incurable, and then I should go home and complete my affairs. I went back to the hotel and I called Dr. Mark Ardlin, and he told me to come down the next day, that they would take me. And I was given a port 2 days later, and I started on chemo in my home, which has just been an absolute dream come true for me. And I'm happy to say that after 5 months of the chemo at home, that my tumor markers have come down half.
Oncologists generally provide standard of care for our cancer patients. But once that standard of care is reached its maximum and no further therapies are available, we are in a position to re-examine the tumor and make recommendation about other drugs. What separates us again is analysis and tabulation of what works at one particular time versus other times. We analyze the original tumor samples, and of course the tumor samples are changing all the time. We have to understand the tumor. Only by understanding tumor we can destroy the tumor. When the patient relapses for one therapy, the tumor is already changed. The only way to know how it's changed is to repeat a biopsy.
I did some research on doctors, and I ended up with at Sylvester Cancer Center with Dr. Alan Livingstone. Yes, and he performed the operation. And from then, after the operation, I was introduced to Dr. Ardlin. He introduced me to SimfaRose. Yes, and I was very pleased with SimfaRose. They took care of me, very professional. Whatever he needed, he got. It came right over, and it worked out fine. I was pleased. Everything was good. The nursing service was excellent that SimfaRose sent, and I did my treatment at home. Been in touch with Dr. Ardlin, and he cared, and I told him what's going on. Every time I called, they called me right back. I mean, if I couldn't reach them, they'd get right back to me. I never had a problem reaching SimfaRose.
So we're there 24/7 for you, available, that we can answer your questions. You have any concerns, any side effects such as diarrhea or throwing up, nausea, any of those difficulties that you embrace or encounter with therapy. We're available where we would be then able to give you supplemental therapy, medications to alleviate some of those complications that could develop. So we're going to be there with you, holding your hand, making sure that you're having the proper care that you need.
We have many therapies, including chemotherapy, radiation, surgery, and others. We all work together to better accommodate and better take care of the patients. Science is changing, and we have to move with science.